What is up, everybody? This is a subject I really wants to talk about for the longest time. It's been about like 3 weeks. I know I'm like super late. Yeah, CPT. First things first, I'm pretty sure you guys can all hear it that I sound a little bit under the weather, and I got sick from a coworker. It's just a little bit of a sore throat. I can feel the congestion starting to come on. Not COVID's, because I had that earlier in the year, and this is not as bad as that. It's just like the sore throat. It sucks. But I really want to do this. I'll just push through this video. Not that bad. Eric July starting Rippaverse LLC. This is something I've been waiting for the past 2 years. This man would not shut up about it. He kept saying it over and over and over again. He's going to start his own comic book company. And he was the man that actually opened my eyes to see that how terrible and bad a lot of these companies are. Like Marvel Comics, they don't care about you. DC, they hate you. Image and all these other guys.
Look, man, they are showing their true colors. It's not a conspiracy. Certainly when I'm saying things, remember, if I speak on something, it's because I have thoroughly analyzed it. And I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm not doing it. Let's get right into it. Writer of The Independent, KT Roberts. Now that we've got a female Thor, let's topple every pale male and stale superhero character we can, stealing a few spots from original characters. At the front of the box office race is not only positive, but absolutely necessary if underrepresented actors are to have a fighting chance. White leftist KT Roberts is speaking on behalf of quote-unquote underrepresented actors. Superhero movies are important. That's not an opinion. It's true. Avengers Endgame is top box office film of all time, raking in $2.79 billion and watched by millions. Superpowers get bums on seats, and sneaking in social justice messages under the radar is tried and tested way of speaking to the mass. I don't even disagree with that latter half, because that's exactly what it is. That's the one thing that I always credit leftists for, is that they hijacked culture. And you knew that it was a key vehicle when it came to, I mean, I don't want to say, I use education really loosely, but to really, I mean, you call it propaganda, right? But to get a hold, certainly, of that next generation, to spread out their messages, they know that the battle is not going to be won strictly in politics, because that's the lagging indicator. It's going to be won in art. It's going to be one in other cultural things that people are a part of in the everyday life.
They constantly go out and they just make material just to spite people that they think hate them. And it was just terrible material over and over and over again for the past few years. And it was especially in the comic books for like almost over a decade, starting with like female Thor. I realized that when it happened all the way back in like 2014, 2015, when that happened, and now it's caught up, and now that's the newest film and everybody hates it, which is hilarious. Eric was the guy who also taught me to not stop funding people that hate you. I have ceased to watch anything from the MCU. The last thing I saw was Spider-Man, which I shouldn't have, but you see that I'm a little bit too obsessed. Spider-Man, I didn't watch Eternals. I didn't watch Doctor Strange. Any of the MCU shows. I didn't pay for Disney Plus. I got like a login from my fiance's sister, and then she got rid of it. I still haven't seen the Batman. Batman's my second favorite guy out of all of them, and I just did not want to watch it. Seeing Eric go out there and start his own thing, I knew it was going to be successful, but I didn't know how successful. I'm thinking like this dude's probably gonna get like $500,000. Eric wanted to go off and create his own website to do it was kind of like a crowdfunding campaign, but it wasn't. So what he did, you guys probably already know this, but for you guys who don't, he went out there and he wanted to make the material first, so you're not getting vaporware. So with a lot of Kickstarter projects or Kickstarter campaigns, is that they need investors. You would be the investor. You pay money so they can start to develop some type of idea. Like if I wanted some comic book, they'll probably have like some concept art, different things like that. And then you pay them, and then like a couple years later, you'll get the actual comic book because they get the money from you. But Eric wants to do a completely different way. He wanted to put his own money up front, pay for everything. I think he spent around like over $100,000 on all the stuff just for the company itself, bought his own warehouse, got all the comic books. Then he asked you to pay for it. And he had a funding goal of like $100,000. And within the first day, this man made over $1 million. I think it was around $1 million or up to $1 million. But within one day, the dude hit $1 million. And the campaign had 75 days. And at this point, it's been around like 3 weeks. This dude is at around $3.2 million. And that is just insane, especially one for a YouTuber, two, a guy who completely did it all on his own. He didn't have investors. He didn't go to Mark Cuban, all these other people, or he didn't go to Kickstarter. This man went out there completely by himself, independently. He put up the double bird and said, yeah, I'm gonna do it 100% by myself. And it pissed off all the social justice people. Literally, I'm seeing white people call him the N-word and then calling him racist because he is an anarcho-capitalist that doesn't agree with them.
Get it? I've been called all the names in the books. I mean, hard. I'm telling you, not even A's. They don't even give me the luxury of just saying that. Putting the A at the end. Hard ERs. Dropping in bombs, calling me out my name, all kinds of stuff. Everything seems to be geared around the somehow that this black man is being used or all of this sort of stuff because they're watching their stupid arguments be diffused in real time. Now, we always knew they were chicken crap. We always knew they were full of crap. Even when they go and parade and try to present themselves as if they have the moral high ground. Racism is so bad. Well, here comes a guy who black, and then you got all these things to say about him that are very negative, and you are applying a set of traits and attributes to him only because of his color. By textbook definition, that is racism. Now, I'd be like, whatever. If you were one of them cats that was open about it, but the fact that out of the other side of your mouth, you sit up and parade around talking about representation and diversity and inclusivity and all this racism is bad until you saw a man that had just a slightly different political position than you did something great.
It was just hilarious seeing all the white hoods come out when you see a black man literally come out with his own material that they didn't have to go through them. And all these people, they want to keep all these shitty legacy characters alive. Star Wars is dead. Marvel is completely dying at this point. The only thing they really have is Spider-Man, but that's still Sony. DC is completely dead. The DCEU it's just been all over the place for the past few years, and it's starting to get woke. I didn't watch Peacemaker, but I heard they made him like bi or something. That's what I don't understand. Is just like all they do is just like whenever they question sexuality, it's always bisexual, gay, or I don't understand. I still don't get what pansexual means. It's literally just bisexual with extra steps or just extra characterizations or extra special points. It doesn't make any sense to me. And these people are so upset that someone went out there and did it. He proved he was correct every single step of the way. He didn't want to use Kickstarter or any of those or Indiegogo because they'll first take out a huge cut, because he said if I make over $1 million, I think it was like a 5% cut. That's thousands of dollars that he could save for himself. So he developed his own website, spent his own money. Now he's over 3 million, 3 times what he thought he was going to get. And now he's going to have more of that money to invest back into his project. And the reason why all these social justice weirdos really hate Eric is because he is the antithesis of a black person, what they have in their head, or what they want to have in their head. They want black people to be victims. They want them to go through them. They think that every single black character should be some social justice type woke garbage that they have to go through struggle or talk about the race constantly. But if a black person goes out by themselves, makes their own original black character, and it catches on, and it doesn't talk about none of that garbage, none of that dog shit. And that's what I love about Eric's new company, is that This man is very known for having political stances, talk about politics, all these different things. And he said, my company is not going to talk about that. Nothing in the story. There might be something maybe in the background, because he's an anarcho-capitalist. He's not going to put a self-insert and make ISOM like a narco-capitalist or something stupid like that. But he wants to make it its own story so people could escape. That is the thing that me and so many other people have been getting sick of the past couple years. Every single thing that they talk about or anything that comes out is just politics. That is what pop culture is. Politics. It's so nauseating. What I've been doing for the past few weeks, I've been watching the 2004 Batman cartoon. You know why? Because there's no fucking politics in it. It's just Batman kicking ass and just whooping people up. But they did kind of tokenize the Clayface, so I was like, God, come on, dude. But yeah, it's actually really good, and he's not the only one making the tides turn. It's also the Daily Wire going out and making movies. The What Is a Woman? I didn't talk about it at all. That is an amazing documentary. Seeing these people malfunction in real time is hilarious.
I'm not even talking about social context. I'm just trying to start by getting to the truth, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really uncomfortable with that language of like getting to the truth. Again, in social life.
Why is that uncomfortable?
Because it sounds actually deeply transphobic to me. And if you keep probing, we're gonna stop the interview.
If I probe about what the truth is?
You keep invoking the word truth, which is condescending and rude. I'm saying to you,
how is the word truth condescending and rude?
Why don't you tell me what your truth is? And you're walking on 30 seconds more of thin ice before I get up.
What my truth is? Well, I don't think I really have a truth. I think that there's just the truth, like the reality. And so we should begin by trying to figure out what the reality is.
Uh-huh. And why are you concerned with when someone else tells you that they're a man, or even if they use the word male, why are you concerned with not believing them?
Well, you keep bringing it back to, you know, how do you respond in a social situation? But,
that's what I do. I'm a social scientist.
Well, right, but we're in a university. This is a place of understanding truth, isn't it? Or
absolutely, we pursue truth, and I'm a social scientist, and that's what I do.
But you just said the truth is transphobic.
That you would say that if you're saying the truth is that I get to say you're not a man, show me your genitalia, that's transphobic.
No, I don't want to see anybody's genitalia. I just mean someone can make a statement about themselves that could be untrue. Like, for example, if I were to say that I'm a black man, would you accept that, or would you be skeptical?
Are you black? Are you African American? Are you biracial?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you don't look that, and I don't think it doesn't sound like that's a genuine statement of who you are.
Okay, so that's my point. I could make a statement about who I am that's incorrect.
Of course, I think it's well established that human beings can lie, yes.
Or not even lie. I mean, I could just be mistaken.
Yeah.
So them lying straight to his face in interview form. They're just like, oh, I get to spout my nonsense to some guy who's making a documentary, and they just go lie. And oh yeah, puberty blockers are completely reversible. They don't castrate children. Oh yeah, trans girls aren't as strong as biological girls. That's just a myth. And it's amazing. And they're starting to see the shift in entertainment, and it's beautiful to see. In the next couple years, I do not want to have Amazon, Netflix, HBO. I don't even have Netflix. I have like my uncle's login, and Amazon Prime. Rings of Power. It looks like it's going to be one of the biggest financial disasters in a very long time. And they just keep doubling down, firing people who were like token scholars. People know what they're talking about. Just get rid of them. Nope, we want to tokenize everybody, make it today's sensibilities. Netflix is canceling a bunch of shows. They're firing people. They're trying to cut back. Disney, Lightyear bombed. Looks like Thor is going to bomb. Shang-Chi bombed. Eternals bombed. The only thing that they had that was successful was Spider-Man, but they didn't even get all the money from that. They had to share it with Sony, and I think it was like 70% goes to Sony. They have some type of weird deal. One does the production and the other one does the marketing. It's something weird like that. But Disney is in a lot of trouble, and they keep having these weird fucking shows coming out with Baymax. It's fucking weird, dude. Phase 5 and 6, Phase 4 is like, it's just already done. Like, no one just cared about it. Everything about it, like, all of them bombed. And 5 and 6 is coming out, and I don't care about the lineup. I didn't care about Phase 4. I don't care about the next ones. Never seen the Disney shows. And everyone, what I've heard, they hate it all. They're done. I think they're done. I think it's way too late. They came out, they wanted to come out and pervert children, and people said, okay, I don't want to be down with that. Never mind. And there are going to be more alternatives come up. People seeing Daily Wire getting inspired. Now they're seeing Eric July make millions of dollars. Also, the whole thing with PayPal, that thing, I hope that's resolved. I hope it gets into legal action, because companies like PayPal, or what happened to Sydney Watson with I think it was Patreon, when they kicked her off, these companies, they know they have so much power that they'll lock your account, delete you, do something, and when they get caught doing it, it was like, oh, it was a glitch every single time. Oh my god, we banned someone for saying the word groomer. Oh my god, no, it was just a glitch. These people are disgusting, they're evil, and we need to find more alternatives like this. Keep going out there, keep creating, do not get demoralized. Go out there and create something. Not all of it's going to be good. Not all of it's going to be amazing, but at least go out there and try and counteract what dog shit these people are making. They made Kenobi or whatever, and none of it makes any sense. Gaslight your fans, calling them racist if they don't like it. Tell these people to go fuck themselves and make what you want to do. And yep, that's all from me, guys. Yep, my name is Cedric Purcell, and hopefully you guys go out there and support Eric July and support a black business. Don't be one of these pencil neck weirdos that try to go out there and create a victim of black people, and then once they succeed, you sit there and call them the N-word. Bizarre, but yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.